Now we're ready to stuff the leg. It's very similar to stuffing the arm, but with a little difference. I like to add some glass beads to the bottom of the foot for the bear or the bunny to stand easier. The first thing I'm going to do is get our joint assembly together. For the legs for Peter Rabbit, we use the largest disc in your kit, the 1.5 inch discs. And then there's the metal washer and of course the T-cotter pin. We're gonna open up the leg and see which side, see where that joint marking is. I'm gonna take the awl, just a hole big enough for the cotter pin to slip into. And I'm going to use the needle so that I can slip this seam here to the other side, the outside of the disc, so that the disc is laying flat against the fabric here. And then I'm going to grab the other leg, take a look to make sure that the joint marking is on the opposite side, so that you have a right leg and a left leg, and it is that way. Now I happen to have some glass beads that I got from my bear making supplier. These are optional. But I have my glass beads, and I put them in a bottle to make it easy. And I'm just gonna pour some in here. When I stitched the foot pad in, I did nice, small, tight stitches, so these beads will not fall out. Now, I often use stainless steel BBs or shot to put in here, but they have been hard to find lately. So I'll just use glass beads and just use a little bit more than I usually use with the steel. And it's all personal preference. You just do it for the weight that you want. Now I'm going to take stuffing, and I'm going to use my cotter key. That's what I happen to use for a lot of stuffing on the limbs. And I'm going to take a little bit of stuffing, and I'm carefully, because you don't want to poke through the bottom of the foot pad, I am mixing that stuffing in with the glass beads. Make sure that you get the toe, feel the toe to make sure that you don't have any gaps. And then you'll do the same for the heel too, because you don't want any empty spaces in any part of your bunny's foot. Now, most of my bears and bunnies are able to stand by themselves. So I like to stuff a very firm leg because that helps with the bunny or bear to be able to stand by themselves. I like to have the leg and the foot down on a table. That helps keep the foot flat. If I was stuffing it this way, then the foot would get rounded. As I'm stuffing, I'm going to feel all around to make sure that the stuffing is getting to all the places of the body part that I'm stuffing. Okay, now I have it fairly well stuffed up to here. I think I'm going to go a little more to make sure that the ankle area is good and firm. Now I'm satisfied that the ankle is firm enough that it'll help support the bunny. I am going to turn it on its side a bit as we stuff the rest of the leg. And just like with the arm, I'm going to, as I stuff the top of the leg, I want it to be firm, but I don't want it to be bulged out. But you do want to make sure that you get stuffing up there, because I'm feeling this right here, and there is a pocket here where there's no stuffing, so I need to put some stuffing there. Again, don't forget to be careful, especially if you're using something like a cotter key for stuffing, because you don't want to stuff so hard that you shove this all the way through the leg somewhere. I have done that before, which is why I keep mentioning it, because it's not fun. Okay, and now I'm if you see my thumbs pressing here, I'm looking for pockets again, and I feel a pocket right here. So I need to press this stuffing a little bit. I need to be careful, but I'm pushing it towards the front of the leg to fill that pocket. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more here, and then we are ready to close the seam. I'm going to close the seam the same way that we closed the seam of the arm. Close the seam, we're going to use some upholstery thread that matches the backing, the fabric backing. I like to use usually a number 18 Milner's needle, but any needle about this length. It's not usually curved. This one has just gotten curved with use. As you can tell, it's kind of skinny so that it doesn't put big holes in the fabric. And it's about maybe 2 inches long. That's a size needle that I usually like to do my hand sewing and closing the seams with. Get a length of thread about 24 inches long, roughly. I'd rather have it a little too long than a little too short. And then as we thread it onto our needle, we're gonna double it. And then at the tail, I'm going to pull them so that they're roughly equal, and then tie a double knot. I want that knot to be big enough so that when I take my first stitch, that this knot doesn't pull through the hole that the needle made. And now I'm just going to snip a little bit, not right at the knot. You could start at either end. I'm going to start at the top. We're going to close this with what's called a ladder stitch, just like we did when we closed the arm. And we'll take the needle and we're going to go all the way up on the inside to where this opening starts, and then come up like that. Pull that taut so that the needle is up there, or the knot is all the way up here. Then you take your needle and see where the threads come up right here. We're going to go across that seam opening, right across like that. Go down and take a little stitch up. Going to make these stitches are going to look like the rungs of a ladder, which is why it's called a ladder stitch. And now I'm going to go across again to the other side. I'm going to take a few stitches and then we're going to pull it taut. Keep the thread out of, or the fur out of the threads. I'm going to come across one more time. Now I am going to use, I happen to have a big needle, and I use that to help me with closing the seam by pushing the stuffing back in, because sometimes it comes out as I'm working with it. And then I'm using it to clear the fur away from the threads. Then I'll use the head of the needle and I'm going to push down on it, and I'm squeezing it with my fingers, and then I will pull it taut, and now we'll make a few more stitches and work our way down the seam opening. Now, if you have problems with this stitch, it takes practice. The more you do it, the better you'll get. And now we're at the end. We're going to do this one more time. I want to make sure that I've pulled it tightly closed. And now the way I finished, it doesn't matter which side you finish on, but in this case, the threads have finished on the right side of the seam. I'm going to take the threads with my needle, go down into the seam and come out so that I'm on the left side to help close this. I'm going to pull that taut. You want to pull things tight, but you don't want to be so tight that you break the threads, because then you have to do it all over again. Okay, now I have it and the threads are on the other side. I'm going to snip the needle off. Now we have two separate thread tails, and I'm going to thread one of those tails back onto the needle. And we're going to take that needle, go back into the seam, come out the other side. Now we have a thread on either side of that seam opening that's been closed. So I am going to, now we're going to make a square knot with these. So take your threads and go right over left. Pull it tight. Now we're going to go left over right. And every once in a while I might do another knot just for good measure. We've got that knot right at the end there. Now we have another step before we trim off the tails. I'm going to take my 3-inch needle and I'm going to poke it in right at the seam. Pull it out like that. But before I push it all the way through, I'm going to thread one of those tails on there, and then I'll push it through. And then pull it just enough to try to help sink that knot in there. And we'll do the same for the other tail. There. I like to trim my threads off in this manner because I don't want to cut the threads, because I don't want to accidentally cut off a piece of fur. So I open up my scissors like this, pull the thread kind of tight, and then I lay the blade flat against the leg, and then as I'm pulling up the thread, then I'm going to draw the thread against the scissors, and that will cut the scissors without the possibility of accidentally cutting your fur. And there we have a leg, all stuffed with the seam closed. And when we come back, we're going to work on the head.